Welcome, Sens Talk.
He scores! He bats it in! Tim Stutzler wins it for Ottawa! Triple Grant is going to put the finishing touches on an Ottawa win. See you later. Go Sens, go!
Welcome to Sens Talk. My name is Brandon Plant, and I am your host tonight. The Ottawa Senators took on the New York Rangers in a pivotal matchup. Going into this game, if Ottawa wins, they would accelerate their lead over the New York Rangers by 6 points in that very razor-thin wildcard playoff race. However, if the hometown team, the New York Rangers, win this one, they would pull within 2 points of the Ottawa Senators in that wildcard race. So a 4-point game, it does not get any bigger when the East wildcard race is so tight. On top of the fact that, of course, if Ottawa wins, not only are they going to be, 6 points ahead of the New York Rangers, but they're also going to be in the top 3 of the Atlantic Division, potentially. Of course, that, would have to involve a Habs win and a Tampa loss, which happened. So, Ottawa had the chance anyways to get into the top 3 of the Atlantic today. But it's crazy how close things are, because Ottawa could have finished tonight with a win and be top 3 in the Atlantic, and if they lose, well, they could be only 2 points out of a playoff spot. That's how razor-thin things are right now. Now, going to this game, Ottawa's looking to make it 6 wins in their last 7 games. They have 7 points in a row going to this one as well. While the Rangers suddenly are coming out of nowhere with a burst of energy. They are 5-0-3 in their last 8 games after a lackluster start. Honestly, with a goaltender like Igor Shesterkin, is anyone surprised they're making a surge? I'm certainly not. And, that's a big reason why you got to take down the Rangers, because they are surging, and with a guy like Shesterkin in net, you know what? You can't ever count out a team with a goalie like that in net. Now, speaking of Shesterkin, he starts tonight for the Rangers. He's 4-1-1 in his career against the Ottawa Senators with a .942 save percentage, a 1.82 goals against average, and 1 shutout. He has not lost against the Ottawa Senators since 2023. Well, Levi Merilainen starts for the Ottawa Senators, who, of course, has been fantastic so far in his young NHL career. Now, a couple of things before we get into the game recap, and there's not much to say, frankly, in the game recap. We'll talk about the game notes, a lot to say there, and we'll just leave it at that for now. But Shane Pinto is one of the lone bright spots offensively going into this game. Going into this one, Pinto has points in 6 straight games, including 4 goals. And he often does well when he plays against the New Jersey Devils, the New York Islanders, or the New York Rangers. So here's hoping that he can keep that going tonight against the Rangers. But, we'll talk about it in the game notes. It's nice to see somebody scoring offensively at least, because we consider Shane Pinto a core piece, so good to see him scoring. But everyone else in that core, where are you at? Where are you at? So we'll just leave it at that. Oh, and last thing, Zach McEwen is taking an extended leave of absence from the Belleville Senators and hockey as a whole to tend to personal matters. He posted on his Instagram story today talking about, the struggles he's dealt with since the passing of his father, which, of course, totally understandable. You have to take care of yourself before anything else. Good on him for speaking out and knowing what he needs to do for himself above anything else. Some people just would suffer through it, so good on him. It's okay not to be okay, of course, and wishing nothing but the best for Zach McEwen and his family. He does have a charity. I think it'd be a great way, and Janny on Twitter put this out there, so shout out to her for this, and I want to contribute as well to that. So in the description below of this video, he has a charity where he raises money for less fortunate families to, get equipment and whatnot for hockey. So I think right now would be a great time to contribute and show our Sens Army power to help support Zach McEwen right now. So put that in the link in the description below if you wanted to donate to his charity. Now let's get into the first period of play, and not looking good early on. The Rangers score, but thankfully, shout out to Sens, video coach Mike King. He's the king of video challenges. He thankfully caught this for offside, way offside. Rempe was offside by a mile. No goal for the Rangers. Get used to that. There was multiple of those today. Ottawa, they were flailing the rest of that period. They were lucky to even be tied going into the final minute of the first period of play. And of course, the Rangers say, you know what? We've been the better team. It's time for us to get one. They do. Norris loses his guy. Zub covered the open guy, so Laffy Taffy. Shout out to 2PC. You probably get that reference if you watch him. Alexis Lafreniere left alone out front, and a big rebound goes right to him. No one there to cover him. And the Rangers strike first to lead by 1 after 20 minutes of play. When the Rangers score first, they are 15-4-2 this year when doing so. So not a great start for Ottawa. They were completely outplayed from the beginning of this game, and you probably thought to yourself, like myself, after that first period of play, well, against the Devils on Sunday, they started very similarly. They looked completely lackluster. In fact, frankly, they were worse, in that first period against the Devils. Only 2 shots in that one. They had like 7 in the first one today. So, marginally better, I guess. But yet again, another slow start. So look, I was optimistic. We've seen this team this year. They've shown resiliency. They've shown an ability to fight back when it looks like they're down and out. But we go to the second period of play, and I don't think we're getting those Ottawa Senators today. 3 minutes in. This is when Levi Merilainen needs to have for sure. Kaliev puts his bar in, but this goes off of the post, off of Levi Merilainen, and then in. And this is a goal that Levi Merilainen has to stop because it's a goal where he's off his angle, and because of that, it bounces off him and in. So he really needs to seal his post there. The first goal for the Rangers, the one that was called off in the first few minutes, he was also off his angle there, kind of went blocker side, and I think the Rangers were targeting him and his blocker side today because the Rangers were not done shooting blocker side on him and being rewarded for that. But another goal here for Levi Merilainen. This one counts where he was a little off his angle, rookie mistake because he's a rookie, and the Rangers take the 2-0 lead. Frankly, just brutal all around because, of course, that's just a wacky goal as well. But, of course, you cover your post. That's probably not going in. A couple minutes later, similar play, called off, thankfully, but Kaliev shoots it from the hash mark, and this one beats, Levi Merilainen blocker side. However, this one is not on Levi Merilainen. This was Greg and Clevin getting mixed up in the corner, and then Clevin deflecting that puck past his own goaltender while diving, trying to block the shot. Luckily, though, Mike King, the king, of course, of video coaches in the National Hockey League, reviews this one. It's called off yet again, as Ottawa is now 3-0 this year for offside challenges, which is absolutely insane. However, Travis Green makes a decision here. Yes, the score technically is 2-0, not 4-0, but technically Levi Merilainen has allowed 4 pucks into the back of the net. So he is replaced by Anton Forsberg about midway through, or early on in the second period of play, I guess you could call it, 5 minutes in, for Levi Merilainen. So Forsberg's in after allowing 2 goals and 17 shots and 2 disallowed goals as well that were called back. Levi Merilainen's night is done. Forsberg would make a few nice stops, and Ottawa somehow, after the 40-minute mark, going into the third period of play, somehow is in striking distance to get back into this one. How is that possible? I don't know, considering this was frankly one of the most embarrassing losses and most lackluster performances we have seen this year. And we'll save it for the game notes. I don't want to get heated because, again, it's one loss. We literally went on like a 6-game point streak, won 5 out of 6. I'm not going to lose my cool here. I think you have to be level-headed, especially when you're covering the team like I do. I don't want to, be mad to be mad. And I'm frustrated. I'm not mad, though. I'm frustrated. It was a frustrating loss. And you can see the loss coming from a mile away, going to the third period of play. Ottawa is 1-14-0 and down going to the third. So, they fought back quite a bit this year, but, not in these circumstances. A few minutes in, it's Matt Rempe. I can't believe it. He scores to make it 3-0 for the Rangers. I mean, that's just crazy. Nicholas Manapalo, who's actually had a very, very good stint with Ottawa since getting called up after JBD and Hamonic went down, gets caught here a little too high, and the Rangers capitalize off that one. Then a couple minutes after this, probably the most exciting moment of the night if you're an Ottawa Senator fan, because literally nothing else happened. I mean, I'm trying to think. Other than Tim Stützle on the power play, and then there was a great play by Giroux along the boards in the first period, and Stützle was literally in between the hash marks, right in the slot, right in front of the net, and just waited, tried to take a shot after dangling for a bit to shoot the puck, man. But other than those 2 chances, both by Timmy, by the way, and again, no slant against Timmy. He was like the only guy tonight that actually kind of maybe go, we might score here. He had a couple nice passes to Cadet, who missed wide open nets. This was probably the most exciting moment of the night for the Ottawa Senators and even maybe the New York Rangers. You never really see this. Basically what happened is Really Greg puts a shot on net and there's a scramble out front. It's a loose puck. We think Really Greg might have scored. Tkachuk's going into there to try to jam that puck in because that's what you do when there's a loose puck. He bumps into Shesterkin. I think he got pushed in, whatever. Who cares, frankly? I mean, at the end of the day, I think Shesterkin oversold this by a mile. And you could be like, oh, well, yeah, he got hurt. You don't know if he actually got hurt or not. You don't know what you're talking about. Of course he got hurt. Well, You know what? I don't think so, because after getting, looking like he got shot from the rafters down on the ice, suddenly hurt, he pulls the Nick Cousins impression, gets up suddenly like the Undertaker, and then attacks Brady Tkachuk. It's Shesterkin, the goaltender, versus Brady Tkachuk, the Ottawa Senator captain. Bedlam ensues at Madison Square Garden behind the net. Full-on line brawl. It's unbelievable. Tkachuk humbles Igor Shesterkin rather quickly and throws him down. Honestly, theatrics by Shesterkin. I mean, I understand the Rangers going berserk after it. All they saw is their goalie down. Quick second play. You defend your goalie at all times. I can respect that, but at the same time, Shesterkin, he sold it very well, obviously, but my goodness, Shesterkin, have some pride. I mean, if you were hurt, you would not have been able to get up like that, like a spring chicken, and then attack the Senator captain and then stay in the game and show no signs of injury at all. So I'm not buying the Oscars performance by Igor Shesterkin, and that would continue literally moments later. He is tripped up by Michael Amadio. It's a me Amadio. Sit down, Shesterkin. Gets knocked down literally a minute after that whole line brawl, and the replay is a little iffy. It's a little blurry. Some people said that Shesterkin might have stuck out his leg. I don't know. I don't know where Amadio is going to go in that situation anyways. Shesterkin doesn't give him any space. There's no lane there for him to really do anything. So what do you really expect from Amadio? But regardless, again, another Oscar performance by Igor Shesterkin. Looks like he got shot from the rafters and thrown to the ground. I mean, it's ridiculous. You saw it on your screen just a second ago. I mean, whatever. We're out of the game, so I'm not going to lose my mind over that. But come on, man. Have some pride and respect for yourself. So anyways, the Rangers would score on that power play to make it 4-0. And then Cooley would make it 5-0 as the Ottawa Senators fall to the Rangers 5-0 as they are shut out for the fourth time in their last 10 games. Look, it was a brutal and embarrassing loss. No doubt about it. I'm not going to lie. That was probably maybe the worst loss of the year because there was literally nothing, no positives to take away from this game. Not one. Literally not a single positive. I mean, even the fight, I can't take a positive out of that. Yeah, I guess Tkachuk threw him down. But Forsberg didn't even go into that scrum. I mean, you see the opposing goalie attacking your captain. I can't read Forsberg's mind. I know if you cross the red line, it's a penalty. You're getting a penalty anyways. You see what's happening down there. I would have liked Forsberg to kind of get involved in that, but whatever. That's just personal preference. But again, a lifeless, embarrassing, pitiful effort tonight for the Ottawa Senators, but there is no need to overreact. It'll be telling how they respond in another pivotal matchup, and frankly, a must-win game against the Boston Bruins, yet another team that's chasing us for that final playoff spot. Frankly, those 2 wildcard spots. We're tied there with Columbus now. Need to win that game, and it will be very telling if they don't respond to that one with a hell of an effort to bounce back after this loss. Remember how we lost to Buffalo 4-0 and how they responded and rattled off, 5 out of 6 wins and points in 6 straight? Well, hopefully that can happen because I don't want to see them create a snowball effect here where one loss demoralizes them. Let's see what they're made of. Let's see their true character. It'll be very, very telling if they put out yet another lackluster effort, lifeless effort, frankly, on Thursday against Boston. I don't expect that. They're going to be firing on all cylinders against Boston. That's a game that, just like tonight, they have to win. It's a team that's literally right below us in the standings. You can't take these playoff spots for granted, and I'm sure they're not. So I expect a much better effort in that one. Now, yes, like I've already said, Ottawa remains in a playoff spot, but multiple teams are just 2 points behind us now with this regulation loss. The Habs won, for example, so Philly won, so Rangers won. I mean, it's not great. So, we really got to start winning here. So that's my point. Bad loss, but they happen. How you bounce back is truly telling on what this team is made of. Now, Brady Tkachuk, I don't know what the hell is going on with him. Players go through rough stretches, so I'm not going to be too harsh on him. But in a moment like this, when the offense is struggling, again, last 10 games, 4 of which we have been shut out in, you need the big guys to step up. If he doesn't produce in the next game, he will tie a career high for pointless games in a row. Tkachuk is not the only guy not producing. Drake Batherson has not scored since January 11th. That's 5 games ago. And he only has 1 goal, that being that goal on the 11th, since December 14th. So 2 goals in about a month and a bit here. So, that's 2 guys in your top 6, 2 scoring guys, 2 guys that you need to score 30 goals, not scoring any goals, let alone points. So, That's a big concern. And then it goes to the power play as well, where Ottawa's power play, again, just like last game, they had 2 power plays where they didn't even register a single shot. Out of their last 5 power play opportunities, they've only generated like 1 shot. What the hell is that about? That makes no sense. That's the only reason why I think you should be really, really frustrated and nervous from tonight's effort. How is that even possible that your power play can't generate shots? You have the man advantage and 2 minutes in the offensive zone of the team you're facing. How is that even possible? Like, honestly, how is that even possible? Especially when, you got scorers on this team like Tkachuk, like Batherson, like Norris, who, by the way, we'll talk about in a second, missed a lot of this game. Of course, like Tim Stützle, Giroux, Pinto. It just doesn't make any sense. So I can't explain it, frankly. The scoring issues are a massive problem, and when the defense isn't making up for those scoring inefficiencies and the goaltending isn't bailing us out, well, that's what happens. This is the result you get. So we'll see what happens on Thursday against the Boston Bruins. By the way, really interesting, I just want to mention this, 2 things. The Rangers had 3 goals today, called off. 2 offside challenges by Ottawa was successful. And then in the third period, the puck went off the mesh and then off Forsberg and in. So another weird ricochet goal. Luckily, that one was called off. Didn't matter. Would have made it like 6-0. Who cares? But you never really see a game where Ottawa gets pumped 5-0 and it could have been 8-9-0. You're probably saying to yourself, wow, lucky it was only 5-0. Because honestly, Ottawa is very lucky. It was only a 5-0 loss. Now, the last thing I'll mention is Josh Norris left midway through the game due to precautionary reasons. He took a spill and hit his jaw onto the ice. Hopefully it's not a concussion. It's precautionary, so maybe he was swollen. Maybe he chipped a tooth. I don't know. Hopefully he is okay, though. We'll see what happens on Thursday if he's back in the lineup or not. Now, with that, let me know what you think in the comment section down below as always. And with that, I will see you all on Thursday when Ottawa looks to get back on track against the Boston Bruins. We're going to ship it up to Boston. I'll see you all soon. Go Sens, go.